Consciousness, your host, Jeff Austri. Today's episode is on connect heart and mind. There has to be an alignment in coherence for anything to happen. So we're talking about how to connect heart and mind. Now, what is the relationship between the heart and the mind, or the head and the heart? The head and the heart-body connection, or mind and body, whatever you want to call it, connection, is the link between our cognitive, emotional, and physical selves. It is how our thoughts, feelings, and actions are influenced by each other and how our mind and heart and body work together as a whole system. Heart disease can negatively impact brain health with the diminution of blood flow to the brain. The heart pumps the blood through the circulatory system, inclusive of arteries, veins, and capillaries, and a weak heart might be unable to pump enough blood to the brain to prevent brain cell and nerve cell damage. What is the relationship between heart and soul and mind? Soul is peace, heart is love, mind is intelligence. Soul is the intertwining of the mind and the heart. The soul is the complex of all our knowing and believing. The soul is the complete activity of the inner person. The soul is the representation of who we are on the inside, the summation of our thoughts, mind, and feelings. According to a recently published statement by the American Heart Association, mental health can positively or negatively impact an individual's health and risk factors for heart disease and stroke. A person's mind, heart, and body are all interconnected and interdependent in what can be termed the mind-heart-body connection. Research has clearly demonstrated that negative psychological factors, personality traits, and mental health disorders can negatively impact cardiovascular health. On the other hand, studies have found positive psychological attributes associated with lower risk of cardiovascular disease and mortality. Negative mental health conditions such as depression, chronic stress, anxiety, anger, pessimism, and dissatisfaction are associated with potentially harmful biological responses, including irregularities of heart rate and rhythm, increased digestive complaints, increased blood pressure, inflammation, and reduced blood flow to the heart. Health behaviors that increase risk for the heart disease and stroke, like smoking, lower levels of physical activity, unhealthy diet, obesity. On the other hand, people with positive mental health were more associated with healthy heart conditions like lower blood pressure, better glucose control, less inflammation, and lower cholesterol. Additionally, people with better mental health tend to have more positive social relationships, support, and connections. Research has concluded that the cumulative effect of daily stresses and exposure to traumatic events can also increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Wellness is more than simply the absence of disease. It is an active process directed toward a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. And we must strive to reduce negative aspects of psychological health and promote an overall positive and healthy state of being. There's a long history among people of thinking of body and mind as two separate things. The head and the heart, two separate, no. But science continues to find increasing levels of connection between physical and mental health, including the relationship between mental health and your actual beating heart. You can make yourself well with your mind, and you can make yourself sick with your mind. In fact, recent research finds that the relationship is reciprocal. Mental health conditions can put you at a higher risk of heart disease, and heart disease can put you at a higher or greater risk of mental health problems. Oh my goodness. Can anxiety lead to heart failure? Of course. Depression. According to the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, depression, anxiety, stress, and PTSD all affect the heart health. Conversely, mental health struggles like anxiety and depression can also impact your lifestyle. It can make it difficult to make healthy heart choices. To cope with these struggles, you may adopt smoking, drinking alcohol, taking drugs, or become inactive. These lifestyle changes to increase the risk of heart disease over time. Poor physical health can cascade into mental health and vice versa. To sum it up, heart health is mental health is heart health. Caring for one is not enough to care for both. So talk to your doctor about your heart and mental health care and take these additional steps to maintain a healthy and heart mind. Incorporate physical activity and a healthy diet in your daily routines to reduce your risk of heart disease. I do meditation in the morning, I do my yoga, okay? I eat healthy, lots of greens, no meat in my diet, no dairy in my diet. It's all plant-based diet. So that's one. Talk to your support system about your feelings. Boost your mood with movement, healthy relationships, and enjoyable habits. Exercising, playing different instruments, being creative, doing different things will help boost that movement. You need movement, momentum, action. Researchers also found that depression, anxiety, stress, and post-traumatic stress, as PTSD, the two organs communicate via the muscular walls around the heart, which are connected to the brain in the circulatory system. As the brain releases hormones telling the body what to do, receptor cells in your blood vessels pick up these messages. In addition, these are nerve endings that travel from the brain to the muscular walls of the heart. These nerves send messages to the muscle tissue to either relax or contract. Since these two organs communicate, mental health can have a dramatic effect on heart health and vice versa. The mind's response to a perceived or actual threatening situation is known as stress. The body responds to stress by increasing blood pressure. To combat the potential life-threatening damage stress could have to your heart, there are several meditation techniques you can try. These techniques aim to achieve relaxation response to reduce stress, improve the immune system, and prepare the body for traumatic situations in the future. Here are some ways to meditate. Immerse yourself in a quiet environment. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Then focus your attention on one thing, such as a word, a phrase, a song, something. Repeat that one mantra or that thought over and over again. If you find that your mind wanders, attempt to refocus. Negative thoughts come in, kick it out. It doesn't belong there. Again, every morning you can do the meditation between 5 to 10 minutes. Progressive relaxation is another useful exercise. Lie down or sit in a quiet area. Focus your attention on the muscles group in your feet and slowly move through each group until you reach your head. As you go through each muscle group exercise, try to imagine you are breathing through these organs. As you exhale, release tension from the group for several seconds. As an alternative, you may tighten the muscles in each group for several seconds and then physically release the tension. I do some of this when I'm eating something very healthy, but when I'm eating naturally, I eat the food and I'm thinking of the health benefits it's providing, the nutrients it's providing to my body to heal certain areas. You are ridding your body of toxins that you want to get rid of. So a food meditation exercise is to imagine that you are ridding your body of the toxins that you want to get rid of. So visualize that you're getting rid of your arteries of plague. Concentrate on releasing that energy, which will ultimately reduce the tension in your mind. Very easy. So you feel with your heart or mind. There's a mind-heart connection. You feel with your mind or heart, or you feel with your heart or mind. Feelings have so much to do with the heart as they do with the brain. It's actually a two-way relationship. Our emotions change the signals The brain sends to the heart, and the heart responds to the brain in complex ways. I thank you for listening to Cells of Consciousness. Your host, Jeff Oshry. See you next time. Peace.